If you'll be so kind as to walk on water.
I can't walk on water.
The storyline is about a guy called Clarence. They call him Clarence, but actually appreciate it if you pronounce it well by calling him Clarence. Yeah, so he has a twin brother by the name Thomas, and when they grew up, they went their separate paths. One is a believer of the word, that's the word of God. He happens to be a disciple or an apostle of Jesus Christ, or let me say one of the apostles of Jesus Christ. And him, that's Clarence, is a non-believer. He doesn't believe that somebody would, come into the world and was bettered by God, and the story just doesn't make sense to him. And yeah, this story is actually an excerpt of the Bible and a fiction. So let me say this person got an idea from the Bible and made it fictional, meaning he created the whole story with his own idea, combining it with the story of Jesus Christ. So, disclaimer, this movie is not telling you exactly what happened in the Bible, but it's totally made from somebody's imagination. Thank you. So Clarence, who is a non-believer, was like, okay, I don't believe in this God, and I don't believe in his tricks. I know he just does tricks, and then he claims he does miracle. What's miracle? Who does miracle? How does miracle form? Stuff like that. So he happens to be a rebel. So what he does is he gambles to make more money. Everything illegal, he just does. He sells weed, just to keep life afloat. He has a very good friend, Elijah. Elijah is a very tight man, like his brother, but from another mother. And they were living life, doing their thing until they fell into the hands of Jedediah the Terrible. They loaned his carts and horse, and they wanted to, double it by racing with Mary Magdalene. And at the cost of wanting to race with Mary Magdalene, Mary won and they lost. So because of this, they needed to pay Jedediah the Terrible, because just as his name goes, he's very, very terrible and you can't mess with him. So now they look for ideas. Now what do they know Clarence for? Now he thinks really, really fast.
I have a plan.
And guess what? His ideas are never pure. Always looking for ideas that make him get things easier or in a very cunning way. He's a very cunning person. So he got his first idea. Apostles are not always stressed, like in their community. So he now decided, I will become the 13th apostle. Now, how will you become the 13th apostle? He went to meet the 12 apostles, that includes his brother. And then he told them, he went and told Peter, I want to become the 13th apostle.
Truthfully, I thought I might become the 13th apostle.
So, and then everybody was like, you, that is known for you cannot be an apostle. Do you even believe? He said, of course I do not. Who believes in such? Call your Jesus, let your Jesus come here and prove to me that all those things he does, that they are not trick. Then they were like, shut up, big bago. And then somebody said, okay, you know what? If you're going to become the 13th apostle, what you're going to do for us, I think that was Judas Iscariot, what you're going to do for us is go and deliver the slaves.
Free those slave gladiators from Asher the torturer.
Just go and deliver some slaves. So there's a man that is known for slave trade. He has over 25 slaves. What's the name?
Asher.
Yes, the slaves of Asher. Thank you very much. So now, you're like, smart thing. Let's go. This guy now went to deliver slaves. He got there. And the man, Asher was like, who? You. How? How much do you have? How much do you want to buy them? Say, I don't have money, but your conscience will let you give them to me. Say, which conscience?
Do you have any idea how much that will cost me?
Yes, I know, but you'd be able to free your conscience.
Got got angry, said, slaves, you people should come and beat this man to pulp here. I said, no. I got another idea. You want my slaves, right? You're going to fight with one of my slaves. That is the immortal.
If you can go toe-to-toe with Barabbas, the immortal,
And if you're able to win him or beat him or kill him, then you can take him. But if he kills you, that is the end of you. And then they invited the immortal. And then the immortal came. That's Barabbas, right?
Barabbas.
Yeah. Barabbas, the immortal.
Terrible.
And then Barabbas came. They started fighting. Brie. Barabbas doesn't die, actually. I don't know how that man does it. He said he can never be killed by a sword or by a sword. Yeah. So, fought. He didn't die, but at the point where he wanted to, kill Clarence used a very nice trick, using the sun to reflect light to his eyes. And when he tried dodging the light, he, did some tricks and pew! That was how he won. And instead of releasing all the slaves to him, they had to let him take Barabbas as his own. So that was how Barabbas became a follower of Clarence. Now, he went back to the apostles and said, I have one of the slaves. I have Barabbas. And everybody's like, of all the slaves, you did not see anybody to free. It is Barabbas the immortal. They must have really done a great job. But that doesn't make you an apostle because you still do not believe. Then Thomas was, this whole thing was getting Thomas really pissed. And Thomas was like, let me see you, please. So went to meet Clarence in a corner and then told Clarence, I love you as my brother, but I want you to disappear. I don't ever want to see you again because, come on, you're bringing shame to the body of Christ,
Just disappear.
Do not believe. And then you're here. You've always brought shame. Nobody should be even proud of you. Said really hurtful things to the brother. And then the brother got angry. Clarence got angry at Thomas. I was like, Thomas, you said this to me. You were the same person who abandoned the mother on a sick bed, claiming that you want to follow Jesus. I believe that even if you're Jesus and even other apostles do not know that you left your mom at the verge of dying. No care, no looking back, no support. And then you stand here and you call me the useless one. You should be ashamed of yourself, stuff like that.
I bet Jesus doesn't even know you have a mother who you refuse to acknowledge even exists.
And then he walked out in pain. He walked out, he was really sad. And then because of being really sad again, he got another idea. Pew! And he said, I'm going to become the new Messiah.
I'm going to become the new Messiah.
New Messiah? How? He said, don't worry. Elijah, you'll be the deaf, the dumb, the blind, the sick, the dead. Everybody get your job. So they go to different locations and the same person keeps dying and waking. In this location, he will be blind. In the next location, he will be crippled, People started giving them money. They made a lot of money. But while he was doing all this, claiming to be the Messiah, day after day, everything started becoming clearer to him. There was need to know himself. He started asking himself, who am I? Who am I truly? There was this urge for self-identification.
Who am I?
There was this urge to know more. He wanted to know more about Christ. He wanted to know who Christ was, But then, he just has to do what he has to do. He's now famous for being the new Messiah. He has to keep up. He doesn't know how to go about it. And then, one day, he just decided, after they've made a lot of money that could pay off his debt with Jedediah the Terrible, take care of his mom and everything, he decided to take the money to Asha, and he freed all the slaves, telling Asha, please don't tell them my name.
Don't tell them my name.
But who did it? So he did it in secret. And that was it. And Asha was like, you free all the slaves? Truly, you are special. You must really be a special person.
These are not the deeds of an ordinary man.
And that was it. So he went back, He started feeling remorseful for lying, but he didn't know how to mend it. He didn't know how to, adjust what he has done. Mind you, he has somebody that he loves, that he's in love with. That is Verena. Verena is actually the sister to Jedediah the Terrible. So, but they fell in love and they needed, to get married, but they cannot, because how will he get married to the sister to Jedediah the Terrible? So they decided to meet somewhere not in the house that night. And so they can go meet for the place. So after they met there, they were dancing and everything. They were actually having fun. And Clarence, the new Messiah, lost himself for a minute, and there was a kiss between the both of them. That is Clarence and Verena. Verena was like, oh my God, I just kissed Clarence, the new Messiah, the fake new Messiah. And then she couldn't believe what happened, and then she ran off. Running off, she bumped into her brother, Jedediah the Great, the Terrible. When she bumped into Jedediah the Terrible, that was when she realized that Jedediah was coming there to hunt Clarence. But Clarence was being stubborn, and while they were going back and forth, and there were people who were ready to defend, like Barabbas, then that was when the Hebrews, if I'm correct, right? The Romans bumped in, like they came in with their weapons and everything. What happened? So what actually happened is that Jedediah the Great actually leaked the information of Clarence, because now you want to punish him back. So that was where the torture for Clarence started. They had to torture him, do everything to him, they made him walk on water and every other thing. And at the end of the day, he was nailed to the cross. But after he was nailed to the cross and he was buried, Jesus came and raised him up from the dead. And that is it about the story.
Theme Talk Naija.
What's up, beautiful people? How are you guys doing? Hope you're good. Hope you're fine. I am also fine, thank you. That's in case you care to. No, you definitely care not. My name is Ijoma Michael, and this is Film Talk Naija. Guys, we are always excited, elated to be showing on your screen every day, all time. And guys, I'm not here alone. I'm here with my co-host in the person of
Praise Namdi.
Okay, guys, so today we'll be reviewing a very, very interesting movie showing on Netflix. It was produced in 2024, January 2024. And the title of this movie is The Book of Clarence, or The Book of Clarence, depending on how you want to pronounce it. So guys, this film is starring lots of actors, but the few we have here are the key actors, starting from LaKeith Stanfield as Clarence and also Thomas. We have Omar as Barabbas. We have Diop as Verena. We have Cyler as Elijah. We have David Oyelowo as John the Baptist. We have Michael Ward as Judas Iscariot. We have Teyana Taylor as Mary Magdalene. We have Marianne Jean Baptist as Amina. We have Eric Kofi Abrefa as Jedediah the Terrible. We have James McAvoy as Pontius Pilate. We have Nicholas Pinnock as Jesus. Not Jesus Christ, Jesus. All right, guys, so these are the key actors we have here with us. And this movie is produced by James Samuel and Jay-Z, James Lassifa and Tendo Nagenda. That's if I pronounce the name well. It actually has 4 producers. So the movie is directed by James Samuel. Yeah, the theme of this movie is sacrifice, religion, love, and faith. So now now we're going straight to what worked in this movie and what did not work. Praise.
Yeah.
So I'd like to know what worked for you in this movie, The Book of Clarence.
Okay, in the Book of Clarence, it's an amazing movie, by the way. What worked for me is the fact that they could come up with that storyline. Whoever wrote the storyline, kudos to you, Sha. But I don't know how you were able to merge real life situation with fiction and come up with this. Nice work, kudos. And one other thing that worked for me is the fact that they brought lots of celebrities, key actors in Hollywood, and especially blacks, and come up with this amazing cast and characters. And every single one of them, their role play did amazingly well in each and every of their role. Because what made me so happy with their characters is that most of those people are British actors. Like even Barabbas, the immortal, he's a French guy. I've seen him talk real life. I've seen him talk real life, and he's talking. You hear that French accent, and I could not even hear it. Any of the accent.
To term referring to describing my people, because we are better than that.
In none of this, all of them started like. I wouldn't say African. Okay, they sounded like African.
Yeah, they sounded African.
Every single one of them. Apart from Stanfield, that is Clarence and Elijah. You see that.
Yeah, even Varina sounded different.
Yeah, you could see hear that US accent, English accent. But the apostles, most of them, that African accent came out.
Some sounded very Nigerian and
like David Oyelowo, John the Baptist. It was obvious. Oh Lord, help this brother. So I love the fact that they could all.
When he dies, open the gate of heaven, bring him in, and after he's done seeing everything,
kick him out.
Please, let him inside heaven, Lord. And then kick him out!
So that he will know what he has missed.
You see, it's very beautiful because all those people have watched all their movies and you hear them speak very clean. So that should tell you that Hollywood, when it comes to movie production, they be baba around the world.
They put in their energy into creating magic.
Yeah, and you obvious that you see these people, they can spend up to like 6 months just trying to key into character. So it's beautiful. That's one of the things I love about the movie. And one other thing I love about the movie is the fact that sets and the settings and the props. The fact that they used ancient buildings, ancient times, their attires, their dress up, everything could tell, okay, this was back in 33 AD. Yes, 33 AD. AD will be BC. BC is before Christ.
I think they wrote AD in it. It was 33 AD or so.
AD is after death.
Yeah.
But these people mess up. Shabo, it's good though.
Yeah, because I don't know Shabo. It's a good watch, like you said. One of the things I also enjoyed is the editing. So
Yeah.
It was really, really cool. So guys, let's go on a quick break. When we get back, we'll also discuss other things that we love about this movie.
Theme Talk Naija.
So I love the editing. You know those times that they puffed and they were floating in the air.
Yeah.
You know, really, like in reality, you don't float when you puff, but they were trying to give us like a pictorial evidence of what happens when they get high,
Yeah,
that they
mind.
feel like they float in the air.
Yeah.
So they made them float so we could, feel what they are feeling, or we could see what they were feeling. Yeah, and whenever those ideas come, and then in his head there's a bulb of light, and then
And he's able to hold the bulb.
yeah, the one that the bulb does that will become the new Messiah, that he cut the bulb and then he brought it down.
Yeah.
More like an idea clicked. You had to like bring the idea, like look at the idea very well, and then he says, this is what this idea is all about. Yeah, so I really love the editing. God, I love the soundtracks.
Nothing I have seen before.
You know how many musicians they had to use for that film?
So I think they poured in a lot.
Yeah, this film, the budget is, I need to go and make my research on
Okay,
how much.
It's $40 million. That was
40 million, Jesus, a whooping 40 million, not
dollars.
thousand, $40 million on this movie. They really did their best. So shout out to our person, Adekunle, good age baby.
It's a high voice. I know this voice is familiar.
Yeah, that's him. That's him. He did a really good job on that music. Yeah, I loved it. And yeah, apparently these are the things I like about the movie. I like the soundtrack, I like the editing, I like the cinematography, I love the sound, you know. The movie was actually great in terms of production. The production team, they did a really good job.
Yeah.
So guys, let's go on a quick break. When we get back, we'll discuss what did not work for us in this movie and also get to rate this movie. See you.
Theme Talk Naija.
Welcome back, guys, and hope you've been enjoying this movie so far, or this movie review so far. And also, have you subscribed? If you haven't subscribed, please go and subscribe. Like we told you guys, we keep saying it. We are coming with a lot of goodies for you. And if you don't subscribe, if you miss out on them, so do yourself the favor of subscribing to this channel. All right, thank you. So yeah, we'll be talking about the things that didn't work for us in this movie, the Book of Clarence. And Praise,
Yeah.
what and what did not work for you in the movie?
Well, it's only one thing that didn't work for me. I would say. It's an amazing movie, by the way. I've spoken from the professional aspect of it. It's an amazing movie. You guys did every single part. But one thing I felt like didn't work for me was the fact that you could bring something that happened, an historical event, you now merged it with something that is not real. It's not right though, because one, that is a religion. We're talking about a particular religion. You don't go and rewrite it. Because movies, see, people, whatever people watch, they tend to follow. So anyone that sees this movie now will believe that the fact that Clarence, who was notorious in society, he can end up becoming whatever he wants. At the end of the day, God will raise you up from the dead, no matter what you do.
Yeah, like the name of the Lord will be glorified, whether you believe or not. Do not forget, John 3:16 says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believe in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life." So what happened there? He still did not believe. Okay, he later believed.
He
that
perished.
But
Can't
he
give him
did not
everlasting life.
believe, and then you think he's going to walk on water. Like he needed evidence for him to believe. And Christians believe that, just like they use the word belief, it is something you don't see, but you need to just have faith. So we are people who walk by faith and not by sight. But in the movie, they're giving us evidences that he had to walk by sight. That is, he had to walk on water first before he had to believe that, oh, truly, this is not trick, it is miracle. God does not give you chances. He has given you the word. He has given you his Son. All you just owe him is to believe.
True.
And that is it. So I get you.
If I bring out, there are certain instances that happened in the movie, which I'll be listing out one by one. I didn't write them down, but because of how pissed off I was. One, the fact that he was raised up from the dead by Jesus himself at the ending of the movie. Then the statement that they made Jesus say, actually not the real Jesus, yeah. The actor said, you are not a man of faith. You are not a man. How did he put it?
Something like, even as you didn't believe, you were a man who was able to release 20 slaves, like that he did mighty works. Like Jesus was trying to justify him that he didn't believe in me, but he was able to free his conscience. Is clear. He's a very good man.
You deserve life.
You were a man of no faith.
Like you guys are placing it on our, like you're forcing it down to our throats that Christianity should not be about belief system, it should be about humanity. Christianity is not humanity, Christianity is a lifestyle. And what works for us is faith and belief, because that's what our favorite Bible verse says, John 3:16.
I won't blame them, because I don't know, sorry to say, I don't care if it hurts anybody out there. I guess it's because of the people that, the producers of this movie, they have a certain belief against Christendom. So they feel like they could add it into this movie and show. Their names are there. We've listed them already. One of them is a mighty powerhouse in the industry. So if he can do anything, say anything, and get away with it, so he does not care.
Yeah, I just feel like what happened in that movie is a mind play. I feel like there were lots of cards that were played in that movie that I do not resonate with. Talking about Christianity, talking about racism, and a lot of it. So, like, I don't know if you guys noticed it, but they play the black card, the religious card, and it's not making sense to me. Because, do not forget, Jesus Christ said that he did not come for the Jews, but for the Gentiles. What am I trying to say? It was his people that killed him. But in this movie, when the woman was saying, they always take our babies.
They always take our babies.
I'm not confused. If you guys are telling us the story of Jesus, because apparently they even had to go and meet Virgin Mary, who is also a black, and I don't have any issue with that. I believe that people say that Jesus is a man of color. I don't have any issue with whether he has color or not. But I'm just saying that this movie would have just been done without making the Romans all white and the apostles all black, you know. And then there was a part where they also made just one white man who has been begging for a very long time, and then he appeared, and he was black, and due to the coal in his body. And after Jesus made him have lots of money, he went for a massage and for total cleanup. And then they dressed him exactly like Jesus.
Why was he dressed like Jesus?
And then he comes out and everybody's shouting, oh, I think he's the new Messiah. Even the Romans now said, I think this is another new Messiah.
Looks like another false Messiah.
And then at the end of the day, he was nailed to the cross. I understand the message you guys are trying to pass there, that we believe in somebody who is not truly Jesus because he is white. That's the message they tried passing there, because he is white. And that's why you saw people painting him, and the painting we see is exactly the painting that trends everywhere, that some people bow to as Jesus. I understand the message you guys are trying to pass there, but I do not like how the card is being played. You guys are making it obvious that this is about racism, and it's not just all black. That it's not just all whites. It should be blacks too. I had issues with it. I felt like it's to stir up people, because movies are about emotions and other things. So those are part of the things that I felt. Is there any other thing that you do not like in the movie?
Okay, I guess this is just an addition to what you said. If you are to act a movie like this, can't you just act it without putting a religious part of it into it? Or maybe the key characters, that's what happened time before. There's a movie like Bruce Almighty, Evans Almighty, that played as Noah, but it is a comedy movie whereby he met God, and God gave him, he started questioning God that why is allowing things to happen in the earth when he's God? And God said, if I give you decisions to make and become God. I could understand that point, that if God gives man the opportunity to be, boy, they didn't play the role of God like the main character.
We know that this is pure fiction. Because somebody will watch it and say, I don't watch Jesus' film, I don't watch Jesus' film. The Book of Clarence, disclaimer, is not a Christian movie, because in that movie, that kind of movie would not make anybody give their life to Christ.
True.
So it's not gospel. It is not gospel. Like, I feel like that movie is going to confuse a lot of
people, because
like some people even know their standpoints anymore, especially baby Christians. They won't know. So I want to understand where this movie is coming from. Is it coming from a place of antagonizing, or is it coming from a place of mockery? Is it coming from a place of understanding? And the movie is very confusing. Jesus is alive. It was 33 AD. Clarence wants to be like Jesus. Thomas is a twin, and the twin brother does not believe. At the end of the day, it was not even Judas that betrayed Jesus, but Judas was already working with them, and they want Clarence to work for them too. The apostles most times are not always with Jesus. They are always on their own.
Always on their own.
I don't understand. I don't.
There are a lot of things.
Yeah,
to
like
talk
I
about
feel
in
like the movie has a lot of religious flaws. And again, it's a bit racism. And let me tell you guys, I'm saying this. I am black. I am Nigerian. I am African. I am Nigerian. And I'm telling you that this film is spiking up racism because you guys are terming the whites racist, and by doing so, you guys are also being racists. Do you get it? Because the whites were just sitting on their own jeje. You write a story, making them the Romans that are hurting. But in the story of Jesus, it was these people. That's why Jesus' parents had to move him from Bethlehem immediately to Egypt. He grew in Egypt before he came back to Jerusalem to do his works.
True.
Please, if you watch this movie, go and read your Bible again before you get confused.
Don't watch movie if you know you're not a strong Christian. before you're going to start believing what is not true.
Yeah, none of this movie is true.
The character Clarence never existed.
Yeah, it was never in the Bible, please. So it is just somebody's idea. Somebody just thought it is a what-if story.
So few things that happened in the story were actually true. I don't know how they merged everything together.
The only thing that happened in the story that was true was that there was an holy conception that Mary and Joseph talked about when they were trying to clear Clarence. Every other thing was based off of his imagination, and they used some biblical names to back it up, like to make the film so that people can, resonate with it. But every other thing to me is false. I think that is that about the movie.
True.
Yeah, let me not go further about the things that I did not like, because let's talk about production. It was a very good one, but the story totally messed up for me. Yeah. And that is it, guys. So collectively, we've decided to rate this movie because of its production. We're going to be rating it a 5/10 because production was good, soundtrack, everything, but story wasn't. So we're just giving it a 5/10, and that will be that, guys. And contrary to this opinion, comment section. You watch it and you want to tell us what you think, comment section. If you agree with us, comment section. If you do not agree, come with proof, comment section. We love you guys now. And also, don't forget, if there's any movie at all that you want us to review for you, comment section. We love you guys so much. Do not forget, my name is Ijoma Michael. Just call me IJ, and this is
Praise Namdi.
All right, guys, that'll be all for today. Do not forget to subscribe, turn on your notification bell. We'll see you here next time. Bye, guys.
Film Talk Naija.
Film Talk Naija. We talk movies, we talk Nollywood.